Hi guys, Christian here from the MCI Trading Academy, bringing you a fresh stock market analysis outlook for the week ahead. Now, I just wanted to start off with the moves that happened last week in the stock market because I believe people were getting overly excited about the moves that were going on in the stock market and perhaps made some bad decisions and got into the FOMO that was going on either on the news or on social media. So let's get into it. Let's start with the US 500, the S&P 500. Now, we did mention in our last week's analysis that we were in a consolidation phase and we were waiting to see a break whether above or below this consolidation phase before going to make a move. Now, what actually happened is that we did get a break above this level, above the resistance level on Tuesday. And on Tuesday evening, I was getting calls from a number of people saying that's it. We finally broke out of the consolidation. We're going to all-time highs. I'm going to put all my money to work because that's it. That was the move that I was expecting, and I'm definitely going for it. Now, guys, let's just analyze and see what happened because I was advising people against going long after that move. Why is that? Well, what actually happened is that we broke out of the consolidation and went straight into the upper expected move for the week. Now we know that 68% of the time, okay, price closes at the end of the week within the expected moves for the week. Now I always caution my students, okay, against going long when price gets to or above the upper expected move because the risk to reward is against you at that point. If you want to go long at the lower expected move, that's perfect. That would be perfect as long as your analysis allows you to do that. But you should never go long at the upper expected move. Now, what actually happened is that price went slightly above the expected move, and then on Friday we had a big reversal day and price closed just above the upper expected move. Now, was that a trade worth taking? You going long here, and then if you didn't have appropriate risk management, perhaps you'll be a break even or perhaps losing money at that point when price got back into it. Now, what you should have actually done is you should have waited for the week to finish, for those expected moves to be reset, and then perhaps try to go long at the beginning of this week, not last week. And perhaps you should have been looking for some short opportunities on smaller time frames if your analysis allowed you to do it, then perhaps went short somewhere around here. So that's about what happened last week, guys. Now, before I go into this week's analysis, just wanted to just show you the previous video that we've done. So we've done a special video, guys, on why Bitcoin has crashed in the month of June. We have some very insightful information there, so if you haven't had the chance to watch it, make sure you go and watch the out, guys, because there's some very useful analysis and information that's been provided in this video. Now over to what we should be expecting on for this week. Now let's start with the economic calendar. Now we have some very important news announcements that are coming out on Wednesday this week in the US. So it will be on Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK time. We'll have the FOMC meeting, and this is a crucial news event that everyone is waiting for. Now, normally, what we should be expecting is that we shouldn't be expecting a lot of volatility going prior to the meeting. Okay, so perhaps the market will move sideways or go to a key level, either resistance or support prior to the meeting, and then you will have the big explosive move after the meeting. Now, this is what normally happens. Now, what happened last week, and let me just give you a bit of background of how this works. So this is a meeting for the federal bank in the US. Now, the members of the bank of the committee of the meeting, they are not allowed to talk to the media, okay, to hint any of their moves, okay, 2 weeks prior to the meeting. Okay, so if they see that if they want to tell the market that they want to do something, okay, they have to do it prior to 2 weeks of the meeting. Otherwise, they can't do it. Now, what happened last month, okay, is that they got some really bad economic data, so they had to change their outcome of the meeting. Now, they got the data on Monday at 3 p.m. UK time. And then what they've done, they've communicated, okay, secretly to a journalist what they were expecting to do at the meeting. So on Monday, the same day at 5 p.m., the market started crashing, okay, because this journalist, okay, is so the way it works, if they want to communicate something, okay, and they are in this blackout period, they will communicate to this just one journalist, okay, it's just one person that they can do it to, okay, seems to be, okay, it seems to be a secret, but not a secret anymore, it seems like. So they communicated this to this person. He wrote a quick article about it, and then at 5 p.m. the stock market started crashing. Now, we don't expect any big news announcement Monday or Tuesday, but if they want to communicate something again, okay, watch out for this, because if they communicate something, the stock market may start to price this in, so it may go up higher or lower prior to the meeting. But if they won't do this, okay, most likely the market will be going sideways, most probably, okay, for Monday, Tuesday, and most of Wednesday before the meeting, okay. Now this is one thing to be looking out for. The second thing, okay, it's earnings, okay. So remember last week, guys, we had Netflix, okay, which their results were they were bad, but not as bad as the market expected, okay. So the price went up. And we had Tesla, which their results were decent, okay, but not, again, not amazing, okay, but they were okay. Yep. Now, in terms of this week, which companies are reporting their results? Now, the biggest companies in the world are reporting their results this week. So that's why I said this is a crucial week for the stock market. Now, we have on Tuesday, after the close, we have Alphabet, Google, and Microsoft reporting their earnings, guys. So last week we had Snap, just the parent company of Snapchat, reporting their earnings. Okay, now Snap is not as big as those other players like Netflix or Tesla, but their results were, I don't want to say bad, but they were really bad. Okay, and hinted that Alphabet, Microsoft, okay, may follow with bad results. If that happens, okay, most probably we'll see some crash in the stock market. If Alphabet and Microsoft, the Google and Microsoft are reporting bad results, so watch out for that. Be very careful on that. Now on Wednesday, we have Facebook, we have Meta reporting. Now remember, the shares of Facebook are down about 50% from January. So there's so much negativity going on at Facebook, okay, that we may see some positive results. Now we did see some positive results in the results last quarter. So are they going to get better than that? Well, I'm not sure. Let's wait and see. And then on Thursday, more big boys are reporting. Apple and Amazon are reporting their results. So it's a jam-packed week of earning reports, guys. So watch out for it. Okay, so we have the FOMC meeting and we have earnings this week as well, guys. So jam-packed week full of news events. So watch out for that. Now over to the charts, and let's see how the charts are looking out for the week ahead. So let's start with the US 500 first of all. So in terms of what happened last week, we finally broke out the consolidation and we broke out of this downward trend line. Okay, and we are close to triggering a buy signal on the weekly time frame. So if we see another green wick this week, most probably this will activate the buy signal. And guys, we don't often get a buy signal on the weekly. We got one down here, okay, back in May of 2020, and you can see the big impulsive move that followed the buy signal, guys. So this is very, very powerful if we do get one. Now on a daily time frame, we do have new expected moves for the week, and as you can see, the price is right in between the expected moves. Okay, so it's right in the middle of it. Now we are getting, okay, so we broke out of this downward trend line. We broke above the 20 and above the 50 EMA. So this looks very, very bullish from this perspective. Okay, now what we should be expecting for the week? Well, as long as we can hold the 50 EMA here, I can see us going up higher, okay, perhaps into this 4-hour IC that we have here, okay, into this 4 hours up here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something like this where price goes all the way up, comes into this 4-hour IC, and then by the end of the week comes in and closes back within the expected move for the week. Now I wouldn't be surprised to either for price to actually go down into this 4-hour, into this, I think is into this 2-hour IC, okay, which is below the lower expected move, where we can perhaps aim for a push higher to that 4-hour IC that we just discussed. Now guys, just remember one thing, we are still in a downtrend. Okay, so as long as the price does not close above this level here, okay, we'll be looking for short opportunities. So at this point, okay, there isn't a lot to do, but if price comes back here, okay, and consolidates, we'll look for short opportunities to perhaps the previous low. And if price comes here within the beginning of the week, then perhaps we'll be retesting the trend line that I broke, and we have an IC there, and we also have the lower expected move. So that will be a really, really good buy opportunity if that happens, guys. Okay, we aim from here, and then overall we're still looking for new lows to come towards the end of the year or perhaps the end of summer. Next, we have the US 100. Now, guys, the US 100 looks the best out of all of them. Well, first of all, we finally got a buy signal on the weekly. Okay, so this is front running the S&P 500. Again, the last time we got a buy signal, okay, was here, and you can see the big move that followed through, and then another one here, again, a big move that followed through. Now, what we can see here, we can see that we broke out of this consolidation, okay, and we are going into the 20 weekly EMA here, which will act as a big level of resistance. If and only if we manage to break above this 20 EMA, we most likely break structure and be back to being bullish. Okay, so watch this level here. If this level acts as resistance, most probably that's it. We short it from here and go down to new lower lows. If we go down to the weekly time frame, again, we are right into the pre-CPI data. So on 10th of June, okay, we had the CPI data. The numbers were leaked a day prior to the meeting, to the result coming. So you can see the big move down that followed that. Now we are back, guess what, right on that day prior to the CPI data, which we were expecting. There were a lot of IPAs to be filled. There were some gaps here to be filled as well. So we were expecting price to come back there. Now, as long as we keep below this level here, we can still be bearish. If we see a candlestick closing above here, guys, that's it, we are back to being bullish. Now the reason I'm not yet shorting this, okay, I know we are right in here, okay, into the 4-hour IC here, which would be a good level of to short from, and it seems that we are rejecting this level, is because of the weekly EMA that's just turned bullish. So I'm very cautious. Okay, it's a big week coming, so we just have to wait to see how the big boys are reporting the results, how the results are planning out, what the forward guidance is, and what the FOMC meeting tells us. And after that, we can go and be fully into positions. But for now, we have to be very cautious. I still expect price to either perhaps come back in here, and this is the last level. This 4-hour IC is the last level. Okay, if we close above it, we are back to being bullish. If it comes here, okay, fill in some more of this IPA here, take out some liquidity that is resting above here, then that's it. It will be a nice sell opportunity to lower lows. Next, we get the US 30, and it's a similar situation here as well. We are close to getting a buy signal. Okay, we haven't got one yet, but we are close to getting one. We are getting into, again, same as the Nasdaq, we got a big resistance here coming from the 20 EMA. So as long as we can, well, if we can close above it, okay, that will be very bullish. If we don't, then it will most probably be a level of resistance where we can short from. Now at that level, we also have the we got a couple of ICs that we are looking at. So guys, same thing here. As long as we can keep below this level here, okay, then we are back, we are bearish. But if we go above this, we get a break of structure, and we are going back to being bullish. So a critical level. Now we broke out of the consolidation. Okay, we went above the 50 EMA, and looks like the 50 EMA is acting as a level of support now. So I wouldn't be surprised for price to come back higher, and this is a level, well, perhaps I'll be shorting for from if I see some consolidation. If price goes through it, okay, and closes above here, then we look for buy opportunities. So this week will be very decisive in terms of what may happen. Now if price does actually go lower, okay, so it breaks below the 20, the 50 and the 20 EMA, if we see a candlestick closing here, then most probably that's it. This move was just a stop loss hunt, and we are going back to lower lows. So very important, watch the daily time frame. A candlestick close below here will indicate, will suggest to us lower prices to come. Next, we get the DAX 40, and we smashed this analysis, guys. So if you haven't watched our previous market analysis outlook, make sure you do, because we smashed this to bits. Okay, Germany 40. We did say, okay, so we had a rejection here, two bullish hammers here, and then we got a follow through last week. Amazing, right into this 4-hour IC. Well, not yet, but we getting there. What I'm expecting actually for the week here, guys, is that we broke out of this downward, this upward trend line, and we are looking perhaps to come back and retest this, where we can get a short position from. We're having a retest of the trend line that we broke, and we'll be getting some resistance at that point from the 20 EMA, weekly EMA. So that will be quite big, so it'll be a nice level to short from. Also at that point is where the double bottom that we've had will be will hit our take profit. So quite a few levels up here, okay, to watch out for the week on Germany 40. And you can see here prices above all the EMAs here, so it's very bullish. We get some resistance perhaps from the 200 EMA here, but overall we are bullish. Okay, if we see a price closing below, at the moment, as you can see, we get resistance from the 50 EMA, and we get support from the 20. So we are stuck between the two moving averages here. So at the moment, no trade. You see a close here. Well, I wouldn't actually buy here because the risk to reward is not worth it at that point because I'm looking to short from here. But if we see a close below here, then perhaps we can close, you can get a short position in and aim for previous lower lows. Next, we have to look at the US dollar, guys, and this was crucial. What did I say? What did I say last week and the week prior to that? We did say are we getting some divergences here on the weekly time frame, and we are expecting to see the dollar weaken. And what does that mean for the stock market? The dollar weakens, the stock market goes up. What happened last week? The dollar weakened. We had the negative week, okay, which you can say that this is a bearish engulfing candlestick, and we should have some more downside pressure to come. And I wouldn't be surprised for price to come down here and tag the 20 weekly EMA. And if that happens in the following weeks, guys, we should see a rally in the stock market. Okay, so watch out for that. Now the price is at the critical level here. It's on the daily, okay, it's right at the 20 EMA, okay, which is acting as a big level of support. Looks like we are just about breaking that, so watch out where this will close today. Okay, it's very, very important. Okay, if we close like this, very bearish for the US dollar, very bullish for the stock market. So watch that very, very carefully. And looks like price has been stuck into this 2-hour IC here for a very, very long time, for a number of days now. If we see a candlestick close below here, that's very bearish. Okay, so for the US dollar, so quite a few levels to watch out for. So if the US dollar goes down, that will provide some relief rally for the stock market. Okay, if this goes into a consolidation, okay, probably nothing would happen, okay, until we see a break. It's looking like it's trying to break now again, close below, but we had that previously here, so don't count on it. Okay, just wait for this to close. Perhaps wait for Monday to close before you make a move. Now if the US dollar goes down, most probably gold will go up. And what happened last week? Well, exactly as we have anticipated. Again, if you haven't watched our analysis last week, make sure you go and watch that, because we did say that price is coming into the 200 EMA here on the weekly, and I was expecting to see a bounce. Okay, we had this channel here that were broken, and I'm still expecting for price to come back up here, retest the channel, okay, that were broken, and at that point will be some resistance from the 20 and the 50 EMA, so it'll be a good level to short, okay, from up here. So if the dollar goes down, gold can rally up, okay, into this point, and perhaps at that point we can get a short position in. So the gold looks very, very bullish at this point. Again, on the contrary, if we see a candlestick that closes below this level, then that's pretty much it. We are going down to perhaps this 1 week IC. So very important that we hold this 200 EMA. If we don't, then we are going down to what is it, 1600 or below 1600, 1585 at least. That's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe, please, guys. Share this with anyone that may find this useful. Let's get as many likes and comments as possible, and make sure you follow us on Instagram for more useful tips. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll catch you up on the next one. Have a good week.